Some people dream of designing the future, but can't even finish a single sketch in the present. Have you ever felt that way? Like you have big goals, grand ambitions, but somehow the hours just disappear? You promise yourself you'll start, but then a notification buzzes, a friend messages, a funny video pops up. You tell yourself, there's still time, I'll just rest for a bit. And before you know it, the day is gone. The deadline is here, and that dream feels a little further away. But here's the thing, time never waits for those who aren't ready. I want to tell you a story about a young architecture student named Liam. He was talented, full of ideas, but constantly distracted. At a major studio presentation, his design was unfinished. His teacher shook his head in disappointment while his classmates were praised for their hard work. That failure hit him hard. It wasn't because Liam lacked talent. It was because he had lost the most precious thing, discipline with himself. He was drowning in regret, the ticking of an old clock on his desk mocking his wasted hours. That evening, back in his room, filled with frustration, he threw his pen down. The old clock just kept ticking, slow and steady. Suddenly, a soft, low voice seemed to echo from it, "You cannot control me, but you can control yourself." Liam froze. The words hung in the air, simple but profound. It was a wake-up call. He realized he couldn't rewind the past, but he could change his future. It wasn't about fighting against time. It was about mastering his own actions within it. The very next morning, Liam made a decision. He posted a piece of paper on his wall with 3 simple rules. Learn, focus, act. This was his new mantra. Every time he instinctively reached for his phone, he imagined the clock's quiet disapproval. He heard that voice again. Your mind drifts like the second hand. Lose one moment, and an hour disappears. It was time for a change. He turned off all social media notifications. He broke down his huge, overwhelming goals into small, manageable tasks. He started using a timer, dedicating focused 25-minute blocks to deep work, just like the Pomodoro technique. It wasn't easy. The temptation to scroll was always there. But with each small victory, with each completed task, he felt a shift. He was building momentum. He was building freedom, not through restriction, but through intention. Over the next few weeks, Liam started to listen not just to the ticking of the clock, but to the silence between the ticks. In that quiet space, he discovered the silent lessons that would change his life forever. He wrote them down. First, calm the mind before you begin. You can't do focused work with a scattered brain. Take a few deep breaths, clear your thoughts, and set a single intention. Second, one goal, one moment. Multitasking is a myth that divides your attention and diminishes your results. Give your full, undivided focus to the one thing in front of you. Third, and perhaps the most important lesson, keep the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say you'll wake up early, and then hit snooze, or promise to work out and then don't, you break a little bit of trust with yourself. Rebuilding the trust is the foundation of self-discipline. And finally, the fourth lesson, you don't conquer time, you walk with it. Stop seeing time as an enemy to be beaten. See it as a partner. Align your actions with its steady rhythm, and it will carry you forward. He finally understood. Discipline isn't a cage that restricts you. It's the key that unlocks the door. It's the path to true freedom. As time passed, Liam's life began to transform. His study room, once cluttered with distractions, became a sanctuary of focus. His sketches, once hesitant and incomplete, became sharper, more elegant, filled with the confidence he now felt. He decided to enter a national design competition, pouring all of his newfound discipline and passion into his work. The day the results were announced, he felt a nervous energy. Then, he heard his name. He had won the top prize. In that moment of triumph, he felt the old clock, which he had started carrying in his pocket, seemed to pause its ticking just for a second as if it were smiling. At last, Liam understood. No one can master time, but those who master themselves, who learn to focus their energy and honor their commitments, will always go further. They don't just dream of the future, they build it one disciplined moment at a time. Now, as a new day begins, the morning light streams through Liam's window. The old clock sits proudly on his desk, its hands starting to move again. A soft whisper fills the room, not just from the clock, but from within Liam himself. Your hour has begun. And my question to you is, what will you do with yours? The power to change isn't in some magical clock, it's in the decision you make right now. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you master your focus and build a life you're proud of. Until next time, make every moment count.